Where over the rainbow bluebirds fly, and there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I'll wake up in a sum-pa-pum-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody knows the words to that song, but every once in a while I find myself singing the Wizard of Oz song. Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know. Somewhere over the rainbow. That's what they say. Y'all know the story. Dorothy, Toto, big bad witch, the wicked witch of the west or the north or wherever she was from. Oh, look at me, I'm a scarecrow. You gotta let me off this thing. I'm a scarecrow. I'm gonna go on an adventure with Dorothy. Oh, look over there, it's a Tin Man. What? Cowardly Lion? Wonders never cease in this crazy place. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because of the wonderful things he does. Do. I mean, say what you will about the Wizard of Oz. You can say a lot about it, actually, but the music in that movie is so great. It's going on 100 years now, and people are still like, yeah, it's a catchy tune. I like that. I mean, how many other songs from 1930 can you sing off the top of your head? You know, well, I could be another Lincoln with the thoughts that I'd be thinking if I only had a brain, a heart, a home, the noive. Yep. You know what other movie has a great soundtrack? The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. Ooh, 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 I wanna be like you. Ooh, ooh. I wanna talk like you, walk like you. Ooh, 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 ooh. But anyway, I suppose maybe I'll talk about some of these movies later on. Y'all want to hear me? I could do like a movie review. Maybe I'll do that later. But for now, you didn't come here to see little old May. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's that time. Must be time to start the show. Please welcome NanaBOOZHOO. Take it away, NanaBOOZHOO.
Oh, me Guachamali. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, a podcast about Natasha. No, about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is NanaBOOZHOO. NanaBOOZHOO, an indigenous cause. This over here is Natasha, the lovely and the talented. Say hello, Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Natasha. BOOZHOO, Gakira Awia. Hello, everybody. And over here, Michael Lyons, the so-called rock star cartoonist. What do you mean so-called? Well, people call you that. People around here. Yeah, but, you know. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. So, what's going on, you guys? Oh, not much. What do you got going on today? I don't know, nothing. Wisani is here. Well, BOOZHOO, Wisani. BOOZHOO, Wisani. Mino Gigajab. Good morning. Saturday, sweetie. It's floor washing day. Yep. Gazibi geese, agina gay, geese are good. Jimmy Jams is here on this floor washing day. Did Jimmy Jams come to wash the floor? I don't know. I don't think so. How you doing, Jimmy Jams? John Redcorn. Oh, Maniji John Redcorn. What's going on, John? And Wally Bear. All right. Wally Bear. Wally the Bear. Wally the Bear. And John says, free fry bread for the BOOZHOO crew at the House of Red Corn. All right, everybody. We're heading over to the Red Corns. Get in your res car. You know, the roads are slippery. It's another cold, rainy, cloudy day. Winter is upon us. Although Bemidji kind of didn't get a lot of the snow they were saying. I thought we were supposed to get like just dumped on yesterday. I know, there's only a couple of inches. Yeah, but I think other parts of Minnesota got a lot. Panzer Medical. Well, BOOZHOO there, Niji. Panzer Medical. Would break out the streamer to steam your floor. Hey, man. Jimmy Jam's is going to come over with a steamer. It's going to steam the floor? Yeah. Man, we need it. Our floors are gross. Not nearly as gross as our ceilings. What? Just because of water drippage? It's all stained and that. It's an old house. Our house is like it's like a pair of holy jeans. Yeah. You know, it's well worn, comfortable. You know, faded. A popular thing to have in the 1950s, but now. So today, get this party started. Gazibby geese, again a gay geese are good. Floor washing day, sweetie. Floor washing day. And in the Ojibwe history, culture, we have a couple of phrases I want to talk about today. People get this confused. Ningikaj, brr, ningikaj. When your body is cold, ningikaj. When your body is warm, ningijuz. I am warm. Gisana is like when the weather is cold. Yeah, gisana. Yeah. But ningikaj, I am cold. Ningijuz, I am warm. Ningi Jews. The Ningi Jews. The Ningi Jews. And speaking of Israel, Ningikaj. I am cold. Brr. I'm as cold as ice. You willing to sacrifice our love? Cold as ice to me. What's a song with warm in it? You're once, twice, Ningi shoes. I am warm. I think you were singing once, twice, three times a lady. Yeah. You're once, twice, three times an equa. Three times a woman. And I in Giza Gain. And I love you, baby. Ah. But we're not here to talk about that. Speaking of the weather, time now for Ijiwe Bud Noon Goom. Ijiwe Bud Noon Goom. The weather today with Emily. Take it away, Emily.
Thank you, NanaBOOZHOO. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. Hello, everybody. And today, for our weather phrase of the day, I'm going to say, Gisana dush ning wanakwud. It is cold and it is cloudy. Gisana, it is cold. Dush and Ningwanaquad. Ningwanaquad. Cloudy. It's cloudy. It's cold. It snow a little bit. I'm cold. But, that's just the way it's gotta be sometimes. I don't know. Alright. Back to you now, the Booby Show.
Thank you very much, Emily. And this has been Ojibwe Bud Noongoom. The weather today with Emily. Yeah. It's all these cold weather words. Ningikaj, I'm cold. Because Gisana Dush Ningwanaquad. Ningwanaquad. It's cold. It's cloudy. So you might as well sit by the fire. How come there's no there we go. Gotta turn up the volume. Yeah, I gotta turn up the volume on the absolutely real fire we have going on here. Oh, that's nice and warm. I'm no longer cold, sweetie. No. What are you then? Ningijus. Now I'm warm because I had a fire. Yeah. And these have been just a couple of Ojibwe words of the day. To learn more about the Ojibwe language and culture, build a time machine. Go back in time. Find out for yourself. Quit listening to other people tell you about the past. That's the problem with this generation. What's that? They all want to learn about the past through teachers, listening to their elders. They're lazy. Not one of them has invented a time machine and went back in time. I know. It's millennials. You think it's the millennials? Or is it Generation Z? What's Generation Z? I think Generation Z is the children of the millennials. Oh, is that how that works? Yeah. It goes Great Generation, Baby Boomers, Generation X, Millennials, and now Gen Zers. Oh, okay. There are 5 generations right there. We're so old. You're old. I'm young. You know who else is young? Jessie Waboos. Yeah. Jessica's here. Bonjour, Jessica. Bonjour, Jessica. Mino Giga Jabe. Good morning. Kind of wanted to come on early again today because I thought there would be a better chance that Jessie would be here. Yeah. She's an early riser. You got to get up early in the morning. That's what my elders taught me. Early to bed, early to rise. And what, you going to sleep until noon? You know who sleeps until noon on Saturdays? Drunks. No. Yeah, man. They go out Friday night, spend up their payday check, get all drunk, squaby, ningikuj, or whatever that is. And then come home, and now they're still asleep because they don't want to wake up because they got a headache, a hangover, the regrets of the night before. You talk like somebody who's got experience. What? You think I sound like I know too much about the day after? Yeah. Sometimes I wish I had a time machine and I would just set it to 24 hours ago and be like, yeah, by the way, former self in the past. Hi, it's me from the future. You. 1 day from now. Don't go out tonight. Just go home. Do anything except go to the bar. You'll be fine. You'll be $100 richer and you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. But no. Back in the days of the grandfathers, I used to party up with the boys. Go to the bar? Yeah. Be a bar rat. Nah. That ain't for me anymore. I outgrew it. When I became a man, I put away childish things. Like beer. And I picked up my toys and started a podcast. So we could reconnect with our ancestors. That's what this is all about. What do you mean? Learning the language, talking about the color, the culture. Maybe connecting a little bit with some Anishinaabes online. Creating a community of, boarding school survivors. You think we're boarding school survivors? Yeah. The descendants of the boarding school survivors are also survivors. But, remember that time we were on the Indian Country Today or whatever? Yeah, that was cool. Back, about a year or so ago, we were on this news program out of New Mexico, somewhere. And we did a live, or maybe it was pre-taped, I don't even know. But we did like a Zoom call interview. I did a Zoom call interview. You weren't even on there. No, it's just you. But I talked to this lady, and she had like a loaded question. She goes, "NANABOOZHOO, can you tell us why it is so very important that we learn Ojibwe?" And I was like, I'm not so sure it is all that important. If I can be perfectly honest here, I feel kind of stupid being on a TV show about Native American issues and whatever. And I am a guy who teaches Ojibwe language podcast, asking people to watch. But she asked me an obvious question. Why is it so important? But then I was thinking about it. I was like, no, it's not important. We can go the rest of our lives not learning any more Ojibwe. That's fine. Nobody's going to die if you say hello instead of boozhoo. Yeah, But all it really is maybe warming our hearts a little bit, maybe defining our identities a little bit, and connecting with our ancestors, with the spirits. There's kind of a spiritual aspect. You think so? Yeah, if you pray in Ojibwe, you can pray in Italian. God knows every language. Yeah, I should hope so. But when you pray in Ojibwe, you're kind of praying in the way that your grandpa's grandpa prayed. And your grandma's great-great-great-great-grandma prayed and whatever. And who knows? Maybe the stars are our ancestors. Literally. We don't understand what angels look like. But they're shining things. And they're watching us. And maybe they like to hear the language kind of. In the case of Michael Lyons, sung once in a while. Remember that song you wrote? What, from a week ago? Yeah. Yeah, I remember it. We've written songs in Ojibwe, But I felt kind of dumb because, okay, no, it's not important. All right, you got me. I want to pretend that what we're doing here is important. It's not. Okay. Oh, what if the children don't understand that Saturday in Ojibwe is Kazubi geese, Aginagay, Gijagud? What'll happen to the environment, Yeah. Kazubi geese, Aginagay, Gijagud. Oh, it's floor washing day. Oh, here's a story about a history. I'm sick of myself, sweetie. I think the show is about more than just teaching Ojibwe. Really? Yeah, we kind of pretend we're in a Ojibwe language class. Mm-hmm. But we're actually like a comedy show. Comedy show? Maybe you are, sweetie. Me, I'm all business. I'm serious. I'm stoic like an Indian. I don't laugh. I don't cry. I look like I just came back from killing a buffalo. Now you're right, though. I kind of see this. There was a day early on. It didn't take long. We've been doing this show for 4 years in a way. Yeah. I mean, in a way, like I almost thought, oh, I'm so old. In reality, you guys, I'm 4 years old. You know. But so the show started 4 years ago. And by now it's evolved into this thing where we're still, the original show was 1.5 minutes long and it was one word we taught. But then it just kept going until we've taken that premise of the one word and you and I talking and Michael and the songs and Emily out and, the technology and all this. Yeah. But, there was a moment in that first year when we were pre-taping all our shows where I thought about Ernie and Bert. Yeah. And early on, I kind of thought you and I were sort of like grown-up Ernie and Bert. We're Ernie and Bert for the grown-ups? Yeah. Like, it occurred to me that when I was a kid and I was watching Ernie and Bert skits, my memory of Ernie and Bert is that as characters, they're much more complete. You kind of knew something about their personalities. They have backstories, or you don't remember it. But when I went back and watched some Sesame Street, I was like, what? Ernie and Bert, they were only on camera for like 30 seconds at a time. Their characters are barely fleshed out or whatever. Yeah, like Bert is kind of the serious one, and Ernie is more like goofy. Yeah, you picture Ernie being sort of the working class, goofy. Ernie probably drinks beer, and Bert doesn't drink anything, never has. But Bert's like type A, and Ernie's type B, but a lot of that we could just kind of fill in with our imagination of what the rest of the backstory of Sesame Street is. But then it occurred to me that you and I have hours and hours, days, weeks, more time just being in front of a camera and talking and teaching than Ernie and Bert ever had in all the years. If you just lined up all the videotape there's ever been of Ernie and Bert, what is it, maybe 8 hours? Yeah, probably. You and I had 8 hours worth of character development or whatever within that first few months. Yeah. So which one are you, Ernie or Bert? Oh, I'm Ernie and you're Bert. No, I'm Ernie and you're Bert. You think so? Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. I just faint all the time. Yeah. And you just sing in the bathtub with your rubber ducky. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, man. So let's see. What else do we have going on? You want to take a call? Oh, I suppose I could. What line? Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Hey, man. What's going on, NANABOOZHOO? It's me, George W. Bush. The old president, man. Yeah, I know who you are. Welcome to the show, George Bush. Sweetie, it's former President George W. Bush. Hi, George W. Bush. You can call me George W. Well, hiya, Georgie W. Yeah, you're a pretty little thing, ain't you, Natasha? Hey, quit hitting on my girlfriend. No. Hey, NANABOOZHOO. Yeah, what's going on? What's the Ojibwe word of the day, boy? Don't call me boy. And today we're talking about Saturday. How about this? Gisana dash Ningwanakwad. It is cold and it is cloudy. It's kind of like the weather today, cold and cloudy. Gisana dush, ning wanna quad. It is cold and it is cloudy. Well, let me tell you something, boy. It is cold and cloudy down here in Texas, too. Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, man. It was like 64 degrees this morning. 64 degrees. It's all cloudy and it's cold. 64 is not cold. It's like 20 degrees up here. What, man? Where all you guys doing your show from? We're up in Minnesota. Y'all in Minnesota, you should come down to Texas sometime, man. You should come down to the ranch. You know, I like to ride around on my ranch. But today, it's cold and cloudy. Gisana dush ning wanna quad. So I'm going to have to put on extra denim shirt and maybe something warm, like a leather jacket. You got a leather jacket, boy? No, I don't. I have a fake leather jacket, but it's not, looks like it's leather, but it's not. Man, you should come down here. We'll go out, we'll butcher a cow, we'll make you a leather jacket. Nah, it's okay. I don't want a leather jacket. So what else is going on, boy? Nothing. I'm trying to do my show. What's new with you? Man, I was just riding around on my horses, checking fences, and then I come in and have a little coffee. How y'all say coffee up there in Minnesota and that? What's that language? An Indian language? Ojibwe. Yeah, how you say coffee in Ojibwe? Well, we call it black medicine water, George W. Makade, mushkiki, wabu. Makade, mushkiki, wabu. Well, ain't that the darndest thing? Yep. I finally graduated to espresso. To espresso? Yeah, this is at, they call it black granite. It's black granite. It's pretty good. Yeah. I just keep getting darker and darker with my coffee. I'm even making, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I'm putting less water in the Keurig. And, it started with French roast. Yeah. And then I went to Black Magic. Yeah. Black Magic, what's that now? Yeah, it's a type of coffee. My coffee keeps getting thicker and darker. And now I'm drinking the stuff they call espresso, which I don't really know what espresso is, except it's even darker. And, I think my I'm going to have a heart attack. Yeah. You drink coffee, Mr. President? Yeah, man, I drink coffee. I also drink the whiskey, because I'm a cowboy. Hee-haw! You're not a cowboy. You're like a fraternity. Weren't you a cheerleader? Yeah, man, I was on a cheer squad. Because, I like sports. All of us cowboys in Texas, we like sports. So I became a cheerleader. That's not the same thing at all. I thought cheerleading was just for girls. No, man, you can't be like that. Boys can be just like girls. Boys can be girls, and boys can choose to be a girl. Ain't you been watching the news, man? You can choose to be a girl if you want, and you can choose to be a cheerleader, and that's what I was. I was a cheerleader in college, and that's how I met my wife. Oh, really? She was a cheerleader too? Yeah, that's right. She was a cheerleader. And I was like, hey, darling, what's your name? And she goes, my name is Barbara Bush Jr. My name is Barbara W. Bush Jr. And I was like, hey, you want to get married? Because I'm George W. Bush Jr. And you can be Barbara W. Bush Jr. I don't think your wife's name was Barbara W. Bush. Well, what's her name then? I don't remember, but it's not that. Nobody knows. Nobody pays attention to you anymore. It's weird. Is your wife even alive? Of course she's alive, man. She's around here somewhere. We still get along. I love my little wife, Barbara W. I call her Barbara W. You don't even know your wife's name. Do you remember her name? I don't remember her name. She's still alive? I don't know. Anyway. So you've been keeping up with the presidential stuff? How do you think old Joe Biden's doing? Oh, he's a good old boy, Joe Biden. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's like, no, I'm serious. Come on, man. You know, I like that Joe Biden. He should come down to the ranch sometime. I'll show him a good time. Yeah, okay. Listen, I better get going. Anything else I can do for you? Well, how y'all say goodbye in Ojibwe? Well, it's called Ojibwe, and we don't say goodbye, sir. We say, I will see you again. Gi gawaba min minawa. Well, gi gawaba min minawa, boy. Don't call me boy. Hey, Natasha. Yeah? Gi gawaba min minawa, darling. Well, gi gawaba min minawa, George W. I like him. You do? Yeah, he's crazy. George W. Bush. He really thinks of himself as a cowboy. I think everybody in Texas does. Gigawaba min, minawa. Wabi. Waba? I don't know why. Wabi is to see. They call a vision a wabi. And we have a friend called Wabi. That's his name. Yeah. When I first met him, I thought his name was Robbie. He goes, no, my name is Wabi. That is my Indian name. I am Wabi, my Ingun. Vision Wolf. Or whatever. But when you say, I will see, you say, Gika. This is another one of those weird things where you put gi in the front. You go, gi, meaning you. Ga, Gika, means in the future, like, I don't know why. Giga. You in the future. Wabi, waba. Maybe waba is will see. That probably means will see. You will I see. Again, minawa. Minawa. Nagudge. Later. I will see you again. 'Cause tonight, 'cause goodbye doesn't mean forever. No goodbye. Laura Bush, thank you, Dr. Evils. Oh, is Dr. Evils here? Yep. Hi, Dr. Evils. Laura Bush. Yeah, that's right. Now I can see her, too. That's right. I had a mental block on George W. Bush's wife's, not only her name, I couldn't picture her in her, I didn't remember her. But now I remember her. She had kind of like alien eyes. Yeah, she was part alien. Yeah. Dr. Evil says, I have a native friend we call Wahoo. 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 That's what the cowboys say. Wahoo. Oh. Hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. Dr. Evil says, good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Dr. Evil. Yeah. So I never heard back. Dr. Evils, were you the person? Is there another Dr. Evils out there? Or do you watch Jake Gibson's Flat Earth beep hole live streams? I was watching a podcast the other day and I saw you there. Oh, that was you, huh? Yeah, man. That Jake Gibson, he blows the roof off of a lot of deceptions. He's a pretty interesting guy. I learned a lot watching Jake Gibson. Did you learn a lot about the flat earth? Yeah, and just about conspiracies in general. You know, the fake moon landing. You don't believe we went to the moon? You know I don't believe that. Of course we went to the moon. Haven't you seen the videos? You don't believe we went to the moon either. I'm playing devil's advocate. Well, don't. You want to go up to the moon? What, right now? Yeah, I can teleport you. I don't know. Every time I go up to the moon, I end up talking about conspiracy theories. I know you do. That's why I want to send you there. All right, just for a little bit, though. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go up to the moon. All right. That's one to teleport to the moon. Make it so. Number 1. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, beep. BOOZHOO. Hi, sweetie. Hi, honey. Did you make it to the moon okay? Yep. All right, just give me a call when you want me to bring you home. I will. Roger that. Over and out. Over and out. Boop, boop, boop. That old Natasha. It's really quiet out here. I mean, up here. On the gray cat litter colored rock. My Bagheera would love it up here. I have a black cat called Bagheera. I named him after the panther in the book, in the movie about the book, The Jungle Book. Emily was talking about great movies, great songs. Ooh, 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 I wanna be like you, ooh, ooh. And then there was it's just the bare necessities, the deep, dark, bare necessities. Forget about your worry and your strife. La, 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 bare necessities. I think that was the first album I ever owned. You know, when people ask you about your influences, you know, what kind of music were your influences? I was lucky enough to be born in a time when every family had a record player, and sometimes even the kids would get a record player. So sometimes you'd have to have kids' albums. Mostly I just listened to Elvis Presley and the old Bee Gees, whatever my parents were listening to. But they got me the Jungle Book soundtrack on a record. I remember being a little guy and playing it. Or maybe it was just a 45. Maybe I just had 2 songs. I can't really remember. But it was like the songs I liked. Ooh, 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 I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. I want to walk like you, talk like you. La-di-da-di-da-di-do. I didn't know at the time that was like my introduction to jazz music. I was into jazz before I was into rock and roll. But yeah, I feel very lucky that so much of the pop culture, the media I was exposed to when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. I was never exposed to the kind of things kids are exposed to now. I was exposed to the Jungle Book and the music of the Jungle Book, Elvis Presley, and the Wizard of Oz and that music, and Jim Croce music, and the Muppet Show, quite frankly. Some good music in the Muppet Show. You know. It's not easy being green. Kermit was the original, professional race victim. Oh, it's so not easy being green. Oh, you think it's tough being black? Try being green. You don't know racism until you've walked a mile in my moccasins or my webbed feet. I'm Kermit the Frog, complaining about being green. Yeah, well, everybody has it tough, all right? There's no group in history that ever had it easy. Oh, hi, I'm the original white settlers to northern Minnesota. Oh, where would you like me to start my coal mine? Here? All right, I guess we'll work in these mines on the Iron Range and die at 40 of coal lung. Oh, hi, I'm a lumberjack from the old days. I'm going to work all winter long in sub-zero temperatures. Because, white privilege. Nobody had it easy. Except maybe for the frogs. No. The frogs get a bad rap in the Bible, too. I was reading a chapter in there when God got mad at the Jews or the Egyptians or somebody. Made it rain frogs. He's like, oh, really? You guys, you gonna, that's what you didn't learn nothing from my flood? Well, here, take a whole bunch of frogs falling from the sky, splatting everywhere. And you go, take it easy on the frogs. And God's like, frog lives don't matter. And then there's Kermit, trying to get a march going. Green lives matter. But no. It's not easy being green. Yeah, every group, in any group, can look back in their history and go, hey, remember, my ancestors, they were slaves. Oh, poor you. Oh, my ancestors, they were coal miners. So sad. My ancestors, we were warriors. We were boarding school kids. Okay. But every group has their own. Feel sorry for us in the hard times. In fact, I kind of hope, I don't care, I guess. When we started the show, okay, actually it was Michael. Michael does all the taxes and stuff. And for 2 years before we had the show, Michael Lyons was selling books on Amazon.com, comic books and children's books, whatever. And so he got an accountant. And actually, even at the beginning of our show, we'd have to go in and meet with an accountant and talk about what we do. It's like we have our own business, right? And he's like, oh, so what do you do? So, Michael makes books that teach the Ojibwe language. And we also have a YouTube podcast now that teaches the Ojibwe language. Kind of looks like the Muppet Show, And there's a guy, and he wouldn't shut up about asking all these questions about Ojibwe culture and stuff. He was a white guy who thought he was really into Indian history. But all he could do, he was fascinated about the hardships. He goes, how did the Ojibwe people survive? You have to think about how hard it must have been for them in the winters in the old days. How they must have suffered. I'm like, I don't know. I don't. My ancestors never complained about the weather. But people want to go, what were the hardest things that the said group, Indians, had to go through? Oh, no. We had boarding schools. Oh, no. They stole our land. Fine. We stole other people's lands. How about that? You ever notice how quiet the Ojibwe people get when they talk about relocating Indians? And we think about the Sioux people we kicked out of northern Minnesota. It's like, oh. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. We're really enjoying your lakes and trees here. After our ancestors ran your ancestors off this land in bloody battle. History never talks about that kind of thing. It's like, oh, it's so tough being Dakota. Our people were oppressed by the Ojibwe. It's like, yeah, well, we're the Ojibwe. We were oppressed by the British or something. Oh, yeah, well, we were oppressed by whoever. But yeah, so the moon, just a dull gray. When it's full, of course, the sun shines off kitty litter to such a bright extent you can read a book by it. You know, there are times that full moon is so bright, when you look directly at it, you almost squint. It's like a light bulb. But when you actually get up here, it's just a ball of clay. You don't believe me? Ask NASA. They've been up here 6 times. Played golf. Rode a dune buggy. Took one picture. Went number 1 and number 2 in their spacesuits. I wonder how long they say it takes to fly up here. Were they gone for days or for hours? Oh, to get to the moon? Well, it's 940,000 miles away. So, okay. How fast does a rocket move? You know, nobody remembers. Does it take a few hours, a few days? How long does it take to fly to the moon? I did archaeological around Leech Lake Reservation and found Dakota pottery. Oh, no kidding. Yeah. I've heard that there's a lot of Dakota burials around the lakes of like bodies. That the Dakota used to bury their bodies by the lakes. And so every once in a while somebody like accidentally finds an Indian burial ground. They go, oh, for crying out loud. Like when I was growing up, they used to say, oh, Pamida. Those guys are racist, the store Pamida. Because they built a store on the banks of the river and Lake Bemidji there, and they found human remains. Oh, no, that's sacred to us. Then an elder was like, yeah, the reality is this whole lake is probably just ringed with burial grounds. I think that's where Dakotas buried their dead. But again, the history is sketchy. There are some old cemeteries. Bina's got an old cemetery with old, different cultural burial practices right alongside the current burial practices. So we know that in the not too distant past, Indian people had cemeteries. But in America, the oldest known grave site is from 1640. There's no record of any burial cemeteries before the mid-1600s. That's not that long ago. So apparently Indians lived here for thousands of years before that, lived and died, and quietly buried our dead without tombstones or markers of any kind, as we roamed the wilderness like Mowgli in the Jungle Book. Anyway, see, I told you, I come up to the moon and I start trailing off on conspiracies like our history. How much is just made up? Anyway, I better go back. Boop, boop, boop. BOOZHOO! Hi, sweetie. You ready to come home? Yeah, can you pick me up from the moon? You got it. 1 to teleport. Make it so. Number 1. There he is. Hi. Welcome home. Thank you so much. Did you have fun on the moon? Oh, so much fun. Were you weightless? I forgot about the 1/6 gravity. I should have been like this when I was up there. Yeah. This is all the proof baby boomers need. Hey, baby boomers, look at me. I'm in zero gravity like the International Space Station and NASA. Yeah, you can't fake this. Baby boomers are so stupid. Hey, honor your elders. Honor my elders. Ugh, so hard sometimes. That was an easier thing to say when I was a kid. As I get older, my actual elders are getting fewer and fewer. It's harder and harder to respect them. The baby boomers. Oh no, John Lennon, where are you when we need you most? Anyway, speaking of John Lennon and the Beatles, here's a song by Kiss. Up next, Natasha, you want to get up here, sweetie? Sure. This is Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. Oh, wow. All right. You need my love, baby, oh so bad. You're not the only one I ever had. And if I say I wanna set you free,
Oh, don't you know you'll be in misery?
call me Dr. Love. They call me Dr. Love. Calling Dr. Love. I am a doctor of love. Dr. Love. And even though I'm full of sin, in the end you will let me in. You'll let me through, there's nothing you can do.
You need my love and don't you know it's true?
So answer please, get on your knees. There are no bills, there are no fees. Baby, I know what your problem is.
The first step of the cure is a kiss.
Call me Dr. Love. They call me Dr. Love. Calling Dr. Love. I am a doctor of love. Dr. Love. That was great, Natasha. Well, there you have it, folks.
Paul Stanley. 'Cause I am the doctor of love, baby. Hey everybody, BOOZHOO! I am a doctor. So, what did we learn today, sweetie? We learned the word for cold and cloudy. Gisana dush ning wana quad. It is cold and it is cloudy. Gisana, brr, gisana. It's cold, but that's the weather. The weather is cold. Dush and ning wana quad. It's cloudy. It's cold and cloudy. Ningikaj. I am cold. Brr, ningikaj. I'm cold. Ningajuz. I am warm. You know what? You could turn down that fire if you want. Oh, really? Are you warm? Mm-hmm. Ningajuz. I am warm. It's warm in here with that fire. With the Ishkode. Yeah. But maybe I should go out and get cold. You're cool. Yeah, I know I'm cool, but I gotta get cold. Gosh. You want me to teleport you outside? Would you? I'm just gonna say a quick prayer. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go outside. All right, 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Oh, wow. Brr. Ningikaj. gosh, I'm cold. Brr. What was I thinking coming out here to pray? It's too cold. BOOZHOO! Gitchimanadu! Hello, Great Spirit. Gosh, I'm cold. Let me grab some, Asema. Gitchimanadu. Odapanan niwi Asema. Except my tobacco. Gitchimanadu. Let me... Miigwech gaiji gakinakeku. Gaiji chikan nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech ga ijiwe bud. Thank you for this weather. Nungum. Today. Ijiwe bud. Nungum. Thank you for this life. Miigwech ga iji bamadazian. And thank you for listening. Miigwech ga bisandawieg. Amen. Brr, I'm going back. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie.
You ready to come home?
Yeah, can you pick me up?
Okay, hang on. 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, this is much better. It's cold out there.
Yep, I think winter's back.
Yeah. Anyway, put out a little tobacco, but it's too cold to hang around.
Yeah. Do you want to take a call?
Well, sure, I can take a call. Anybody in particular?
We got Pope John Paul or whoever.
I don't think that's his name.
Pope Francis?
Yeah, Pope Francis.
Pope Francis is online too.
Okay. Hello, Pope Francis. You're on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Natasha. It's me, Pope Francis, the Pope of Catholicism.
Yeah, I know who you are. What's going on? What can I do for you today?
Well, I just want to call in, tell you I was watching the show. Hey, you guys do a real good job. I'm learning so much language, and I'm learning about the culture, too. I think after a while, I'm going to come to Indian country, and I'm just going to talk like a real Indian. I'll be all like, hey, everybody, BOOZHOO, the Pope Nindizinakaz. The Pope is my name.
Yeah, that's what you can certainly say. So how's everything in your life?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just kind of working on my kickboxing, been working on my swimming. I got a membership to the YMCA.
What? Why?
Well, because I'm going to join the village people.
You're going to join the village people?
That's right. I'm an Indian now. I got a headdress, so I'm going to join the village people, and I'm going to stay at the YMCA. It's what to say at the YMCA. You can pat it, but do. I'll do it too. I don't know the words yet, but it's going to be great.
Well, good luck with that. I imagine he's right in the same age group as the original village people.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, what else can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if you could talk about some Ojibwe words and some culture. How do you say truth? What's the truth in Ojibwe?
Oh, the truth. Wow, it's kind of a deep question coming from the Pope. Truth in Ojibwe is Deboywin. And it's represented by the Misquadesi, the painted turtle.
Deboywin, the truth. And the what? Misquadesi?
Yep, Misquadesi, the turtle. Although, you know what I found really interesting?
Yeah, what's that?
I was, you know how Ojibwe has 13
months, really? Yeah. We were thinking about doing a calendar, but it's always kind of tricky because you go, well, which one of the Ojibwe months are we going to leave out? We got, this is, Little Spirit Moon. This is great, whatever. Because the Ojibways follow the moon, phases of the moon, and the turtle, every turtle has, do you know about this, Pope?
I've seen that picture, but I've never understood it.
Here, let me explain it. So turtles, are a big deal in our culture, huh, sweetie? Yeah, they're sacred. Turtles talk about the truth. The truth is there are 13 phases of the moon every year. If you grabbed any turtle, you could use a turtle as a calendar. They have 13 sections on the big part of their back, and then they've got 28 sections. And if we did our calendars like the moon, which we should, instead of following some weird satanic Roman calendar, we would have 13 months. Every month would have 28 days. Because that's the phases of the moon and the seasons of the year. Can all be divided and kept track on the back of a mishike or misquadisi. And then I was thinking, how they talk about how we live in a turtle? I know about like Turtle Island. Yeah, they say the world is Turtle Island. And some people say, well, that's just North America. But what if Turtle Island is like we're really in a turtle? The dome over our head is the shell. The seasons, the months of the year, it's all a big shell. It's a big turtle. And the pillars in the Bible, they talk about there's 4 pillars. It could be like the turtle's legs. I think you might be onto something. Huh? What do you think?
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. But anyway, we gotta go, Pope. Is there anything else I can do for you?
How do you say goodbye in Ojibwe?
Well, we don't say goodbye, Pope. We say, I will see you again. Gigawaba min, minawa.
Well, giga waba me and me a lot, Natasha. I sure love your show.
Oh, thanks, Pope. Gigawaba min, minawa. Wow, Pope Francis. I can't believe the Pope of Rome. What's his title? I never know. Pope of Catholicism, I call him, but that's not right. Just the Pope. The Pope. Frank, we can call him. Yeah. He watches the show. That's cool. Anyway, I think that's about enough. I think I've had just about enough of you guys. Michael, do you want to chime in the last minute? Do you want to tell them how to support the show? Oh, sure. If you'd like to support the show, you can support the show on our Patreon, PayPal, or GoFundMe sites. Links are in the description. And Michael Lyons has books for sale at Amazon.com, like BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Hello, squirrel. BOOZHOO means hello, OJIBERISH means squirrel, and it's a little kid's book. It's just a picture book. Each page is a little bit of Ojibwe, like, BOOZHOO, hello, squirrel, and the squirrel say, hello, butterfly. The next page will be, hello, raccoon, hello, OJIBERISH, BOOZHOO OJIBERISH. It's a cute book by Michael Lyons, a rock star cartoonist. Otherwise, anything else? Nope, that's perfect. Thanks. And you, good looking? Nope.
All right then.
Hey everybody, miigwechka, bizadawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech ganawabieg. And thank you for watching Hold on, gotta get the title page. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language, yeah. I am Natasha. This over here is the rock star cartoonist Michael Lyons. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. This over here is NANABOOZHOO. Okay, miigwech. And I will see you again. Giga wabamin. Mina hua. Baby, yeah. What?